Hello students. Today in our classroom we are going to go over parallel equations. Today we are going to discuss how a parallel equation is and what makes it a parallel equation. Our first section I'm going to show you certain graphs and you guys are going to tell me if they are parallel or not, and I'm going to explain why. Okay, we're going to number A. You guys, is this parallel or perpendicular? Great job. It is parallel. It is 2x plus 3, 2x minus 3. Does anyone know the reason why this is parallel? Okay, correct. The front numbers are the same, therefore the slope of both equations are the same. Although the intersection points are different, that doesn't really imply when we're talking about parallel. As long as the first two numbers are correct. So this is a parallel equation. Great job, you guys. Okay, now we're moving on to number B. Take a couple of seconds and discuss if this is parallel or perpendicular. Okay, correct. It is not parallel. These are x minus 1, x minus 1. Since they do look exactly the same, however, there's a negative sign on this one. Therefore, this one is pointing that way. This is not a parallel equation. There's an easier way to see if there's parallel or not. If there's an intersection point, like here, that means they're parallel. They're perpendicular, not parallel. Okay, you guys. Good job. Now we're going to move on to our last graph. Letter C. Take a couple of seconds, discuss among each other, and tell me, is this parallel, perpendicular, or neither? Correct. It is parallel. You guys are catching on. The first numbers are the same, therefore they are parallel. Okay, since we mastered the 3 graphs, we are now going to do a small activity. I'm going to erase this, and I'm going to draw a couple equations, scramble them up, and you guys are going to tell me which equations paired up make a parallel equation. Okay? Try to get a sheet of paper out so you guys could have notes and remember this later on when you guys are doing your homework. Okay, are you guys ready to write down these equations? Okay. Okay, these are the first 3. I'm going to give you guys a couple seconds to write them down. Okay, now the second part. Okay. So now we have a total of 6 equations on the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I want you guys to look at these equations closely, and I'm going to ask you which ones are paired up to make a parallel equations. Okay? Okay. Who's ready to tell me which is the first parallel equation? Okay, correct. The first one would be 2x plus 3 and 2x minus 3. This would be the first pair. You can scratch them out so you don't forget. The second pair. Now a different person, tell me what would be the pairs. Okay, you guys are getting a little bit confused, but remember, although the second two numbers are different, that doesn't affect if they are parallel or not. So the second one would be negative 2x minus 2 and negative 2x plus 3. So as long as the first two numbers are the same, that means the equation would be parallel. The y-intercept might be different, but that doesn't apply right now. Okay, now the final two equations would be our third one. Does anyone want to tell me why? Okay, correct. The first two numbers are the same. Half x minus 1 and half x plus 1. You guys are getting the hang of this. Awesome. So real quick, we're going to review what we have learned. You guys have now shown me that you understand how to identify what is a parallel equation and what is not a parallel equation. And you are able to see from equations how to figure out which one is parallel and actually come up with your own parallel equations. You guys have done a good job, and I'm ready to see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.